Rob, a quick reflection on last week and what has been done in the aftermath. I know there was a few words in the changing room, but you probably had a few more words since. What was your take in the end?
I always spoke about it. I mean, I think people come sometimes wonder what goes on in change rooms. The only thing I really spoke about is that, because Ali was talking about, let's make sure we learn some lessons from today. We had some challenges coming here, but let's learn the lessons. All I really said to the players was, come on, well, what do you think the lessons are? And there was a bit of to and fro, and I said, come on, the big lesson you learn when you play Saracens is how to perform as a team. Because actually, irrespective of what happens, what guys you get on the field, you should always be a force multiplier. Your 15 should always perform better than the individual should really allow, because that's what makes a team. That's what makes a really good team. And I thought Saracens had it both. Really, they actually didn't have too many issues going into the game with unavailability, so they put pretty much frontline side up there, and then they played very well as a team, and that was clear. We're a bit the other way around, is that we had some enforced changes, some of them late, and then we didn't play well as a team, and that ended up as it was. And because a lot of those issues, some of the issues around the scrum and the set piece, that's that kind of 8-man machine not really locking together, and not really interlinking in the components that it needs to. And a little bit was the same in a fair bit of our game, because just before half time, with the level of the wind, I was thinking, oh, this is going to be tough for Saracens. We come out of here and we go, well, second half, we should be in a controlled territory. We might be able to take shots at goal, and then we concede a very soft try just before half time by not taking the right option, then not reacting well to it. Those little component parts that make a good team, those kind of little things happened a bit too much. And then second half, look at the second half, we give away a penalty at pretty much the first 2 rucks. And they kick a goal, and the momentum, we lost the momentum over 5 minutes just before half time and just after half time, and then it became an uphill battle for us. And I think those are some lessons we just got to learn. And we've got some young players around to learn very quickly. We have got some young guys now to learn very quickly, which is good, because that sets them up for the future. But also, it's a stage where I'm looking at our squad and looking at our team. When we get most of the guys fit, and we should be challenging the top 4. And so we've got to keep saying that. That's the truth. We can't just kind of go, oh, well, okay, it's okay, guys. No, we do have to keep learning. We do have to keep challenging ourselves, and we do have to keep being ambitious and expecting to get good things out of this season. But that starts now. It doesn't start in 6 weeks' time. It doesn't start post Six Nations. It starts now. And that's the big thing we've got to make sure we're ready for. 4
of your next 5 are here at Sandy Park, and as you say, the now is you've got to win here now.
The now is now. It's this next 6 weeks. This is it. This is a huge part of our season is wrapped up in this period. And I said we've got to stand up. We can stand up and be responsible for it, or we can kind of hope it'll still be okay in 5 or 6 weeks' time. Well, the reality is it won't. We experienced that last season. We need to stand up now.
What are you expecting of Northampton? They've been, like many sides, winning, losing, aren't they? They're going to be a threat, though.
Well, they'll feel very good about themselves. They've won the last 2 times they've come here. We've got to flip things on its head a bit. We need to decide we're going to change the narrative a bit, because we haven't played well when they've come here in the past, in the last couple of years. And like I say, we need to flip that on its head. We've got to change what it feels like for them to come to Sandy Park, because we did for a number of years, and we've got to re-establish that.
Walking wounded, the illness is all improving. Your squad looks a lot stronger for this weekend.
We've probably had our most available training week for about a month. But when I say that, I mean not what we think might be the team at the start of the week is looking like it's training together. Obviously, we had the issue with the EPS mini camp yesterday, which took away 4 of the guys, obviously. But outside of that, we haven't got guys that's a touch wood, because there's always flu. Every club's got flus and bugs and bits and pieces around. It looks likely that what we train with today should make the game, which has been, like I say, which would be good for us. That'll allow us to get some focus on that team level of performance we really need.
Part of that now process you've talked about is not thinking too far ahead, and there would be some that were thinking, South Africa next week, but you've laid it out to the lads. Selection is right up till Saturday.
I hope I have. They're going to get individual messages today about that, and they'll get a collective message that whatever we have to do on pre-planning, the final selection happens on Saturday after the game. So don't go assuming that because you've been in and around the squad you're going to go, because you might be surprised, because we want to pick on form, we want to pick on quality, we want to pick on exactly where players are, and that's got to be a driving thing for us, because that gives young players a genuine reason to get out there and play and train and fight their way into the team. and it gives that genuine motivation for guys who think they're a bit more established. So there's nothing wrong with that. That's the way it's going to be, and as I said, that message will be loud and clear, because for me it is about now. We've got to start winning games of rugby now.